And maybe I should do a quick introduction, if you don't mind, Lama Karma.
Yes, please. Yes.
So welcome to Santa Monica KTC, and for joining us tonight with Lama Karma. He's going to do, well, he will do, he always has good ideas for us. So usually we call it guided meditation, but usually there's a lot of teachings and different things all together. And I just wanted to say quickly that Lama Karma will come to see us in Santa Monica KTC at the end of this month and beginning of July. And we're going to send out the program for everything. So it would be great if everybody can join. And lastly, if you would like to donate to Lama Karma, we have for this tonight's teaching, or donate to our Sangha, you can go to our website, santamonicaktc.com. There's a link there for donations, and you can send Lama Karma something directly. And also we have the links always in our emails. So if you're not on our email list, maybe you can let us know and we can put you on there. And with that in mind, and for the benefit of all beings, Lama Karma, please start. Thank you.
Thank you, Santa Monica KTC, for having me again and again. And I have the patience, and I'm so very honored to have these opportunities. And as you know, I just got back from Nepal. I went to Nepal for to see my other wonderful and peerless teacher, Thangrum Buche, and he's still in the hospital, but he's begin to recover. He's physically very much better, and although of course, I can't do much, but it's I did have plan actually to visit Rinpoche in October. October 6th, Western calendar is my other teacher, Kambukanda Rinpoche's Nirvana date. Tibetan calendar always changes, but Western calendar doesn't change. So first I thought I would do the Nirvana Puja, and then then I would visit Chabdi Thangrum Buche and do some offering for Parinirvana Puja for Kimbur Buche. But of course, life is like we always have some kind of a plan and expectations and schedule on calendar, etc. But it doesn't stay like that. So when I heard that he was quite seriously sick, and then just but take it and flew and India and got to New Delhi. Excuse me. And because I was very rushed, and I did look on the website. It seemed like all the restrictions were lifted. But they were just saying that you have to show fully vaccinated. You have to show vaccine card. Actually, I got my plane was delayed, and there was only 1 hour and 50 minutes between for the transition. But it's very interesting. Once you get to the airport, there's those flight attendants, would ask, oh, which one is the, in Nepal going? Yes, I'm the one going. Oh, okay, let's go. Rush. Once I got to the gate, they want me to show them, the card, vaccination card, which I don't have. I did have I do have a picture, and by the way, you may hear some background noise. It's because we will have tomorrow. We have Amitabh Puja 3 days starting tomorrow, and some of the cooks, discussing. And can you hear the background noise? Oh, I'm happy. I'm wearing this, and so then I was stopped there, and they don't let me go, and I'm trying to explain, saying that there's no restriction. I think sometimes even though I'm very emotional, but doesn't know how to debate or something. I was trying to debate. There's nothing on the restriction. You have to be very loud and yell. No, I just couldn't do that, but I just trying to argue, and the guy was keep saying, "Be patient." I said, "I don't have time to." My guru's sake, I gotta go. And it's kind of he kind of made decision. Oh no, you can't go. No, the picture is not working. Anyway, the flight kind of gone, and then I was waiting, for my suitcase. Then the guy kind of left, and then another person was replaced, and she told me same thing. Then I showed the pictures, and she said, "Yeah, that's good." Is something? Is that something? Huh? Oh my God! And then, but unfortunately, she said there's no flight going to Kathmandu. Everything else is full, and you have to leave tomorrow, and you have to find your hotel at the airport, and you can't go out because I don't have Indian visa. Plus, I have to buy a new ticket. Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to teach you how to meditate and be patient. Now we like bring more emotion. So I didn't have choice, and I have to go on, like book.com or something, and buy a new ticket, $60, and then I went to the airport. I mean, I went to the hotel, and they said the hotel is full. There's no room, and so then I kind of being me, pissed off a little bit, and a little hungry, and then I all of a sudden I have this realization, it's that I this is like my this great master, our teacher, my guru, Tangram, which is in ICU, and now I'm complaining about this little thing, obstacles. How can I do that? I was actually a little bit embarrassed myself, and then I ate and drink coffee, and at home I always drink coffee, but I didn't know that coffee was that strong, and I couldn't sleep all night. But I had really that kind of through suffering, that kind of realization sounds very arrogant or something. It's, understanding, let's say, that oh, this is, I have like 24 hours something to chant Guru mantra, which is long life, and so I was keep eating and then just keep walking and reciting, and I had really wonderful time. And then next day I flew to Kathmandu, and nobody cares about a vaccine or nothing. And those people who says like you have to be fully vaccinated, and nobody's wearing masks, but what can you do? And so then I talking with Santan told me that Sudurumbuchi is coming this afternoon, and if you could come, actually I got to Kathmandu around 10 a.m. and I didn't bother anybody to pick me up. I just and then just say, there are many texts, and so went to Hotel Akon Rinpoche, on the Ropa guest house, a very nice guest house. I have a long connection with Akon Rinpoche because when I was in Dhamma school for 75 years, Akon Rinpoche was one who actually supported Dhamma education. He supported to everybody, all the those children, what's the word? Orphanage. Children doesn't have parents.
Yeah, orphanage.
Orphanage, yeah. And so then I told Losum Doji, of course I didn't have sleep all night. I want to see Siddhambachi right away. I would come wherever you think I could come. And then I didn't get his answer. I took a shower and I fall asleep. I sleep and then woke up and seemed like Siddhambachi already there, and he forgot to answer, and excuse me. And so then the next day I heard Siddhambachi is coming to Balda, the stupa visit, and so I the attendant of Rinpoche told me to come to the hospital, be near Rinpoche, and so first I did Vaitara puja at Balda Tangu Monastery, and many lamas there. They're all doing Vaitara practice, and I got the opportunity to make some offering for Rinpoche's long life. And then Rinpoche came to see Balda, and all the monks lined up. Reception was very vast, as you saw on picture. Excuse me. So I was just continued doing Kora of Balda, and then while I was doing Kora, I saw this little shrine, one of the Buddha gate, and there's a shrine of Matsadzima, which was the mother of the children, mother who actually got the idea to build the stupa. And so that particular shrine considered a very special shrine. And then I saw this, some baton, like discs and nice brocades. I know Sudrimbuchi will be there, so I just stand there. And this mother, Matsajima, she was very, very special because she wanted to build this beautiful stupa at Bauda, and then she asked the king that if she can have some land, and the king said, no, there's no land for you. And then she said, all I need is just size of a yak skin. And the king said, oh, that's no problem. And then she kind of cut the yak skin very thin, like made a rope, and become this giant stupa. And then she said, this is how many acres? Almost like 1 acre. And the king said, no, I never told you. And I said, no, you said you gave me a yak skin like a size, and this is what size is. Then that's why the stupa name as Tsaron Kasho means he kind of lost that word, or he told that word that he can build. Basically, kind of Kasho means he just accidentally, not accident, actually it was a clear vision. Oh yeah, just the axe, it will be very small. So that's how they made the about that. But anyway, I was standing there, and then Sudhambachi came, and it was just a beautiful moment, that someone like myself was wearing like white Zen, and the Lama, but all of a sudden happened to be next to there and could see Sudurumbuche, and Minjirumbuche, Tengarumbuche. They are in front of me, so I was able to. I took some video too, but took some pictures, but mainly, Sudurumbuche, he was doing prayers, and everything was so precise. Everything was so careful. Where he walks, or he had some leg operation, but because when he heard that Tongarumji was sick, as you may saw from news, that he didn't wait, to recover fully. So that's how he came. But generally, Sudurumbuchi is like that. He just very, very elegant. What he says, everything's like very wow, not saying like so mindful. And actually, he once told Kimurumbuche that he's normally, kind of a nervous person, but he trained himself, even he mentally, he wants to do something quick or such, but he maintained his physical appearance like more slow and careful. And then he said that when you do that, you are able to train your body. Even your mind is so busy, and you just want to follow everything what your mind tells, but you're physically you just slow slow down your actions, which helps your mind slow. So Sudurumbuchi was really watching this, and then drinking the water. And then I didn't see actually those footages, even though there were a lot of videos were circulating. So what I did was, all I have in my mind was just Tongarumji's long life, and I was reciting Rinpoche's long life prayer, Timbapaji. Which was composed by, as they say, section Kamapa, but some say by the Sudurumbuche, the previous Sudurumbuche. And so I also, because I only have at that time, only my mind was kind of occupied by Tongarumbuche, and I felt that everything what Sudurumbuche was doing, the making special aspiration, I really felt that he was only thinking about Tongarumbuche, nothing else. Or that's my kind of concept. It doesn't mean that was right. And then I went to the hospital area, and you are not allowed to go to the ICU place, but I also didn't need to go. Sometimes you don't want to see your gurus in such condition, and sometimes that image kind of comes in your mind, all the time. And so I was, I did circumambulation of Rinpoche's hospital, and reciting his long life prayers, and so this topic is Lama Karma's class, guided meditation. But this is, for me, it's more than meditation. Seriously, I think you all do as well, because Guru is so important. Guru is just utmost important. If we don't have Guru, if we don't have devotion, if we think that we learned something from Guru, and after that we learn more and more, and we think that we are so learned, and I finish such practice and I'm special. That is not a how we follow Guru's footstep. Like Kempo and Thangpa Rinpoche are most realized, most learned, and they are the most humble individual on the planet, and that's how they tame the egos. And so myself, when I was 9 years old, my father took me to see Thangpa Rinpoche. And I recall this so clearly. I may mention this before, and I hope it doesn't make you bored. So when my father took him to see Tagrubachi, and I opened the door, and where I come from, it's like we only had black tent. There was no house. I was already very, very, the whole noise there, and kind of I was already confused. So when they opened the door and they said, sit down, and I saw Tangrubuchi across the door, and he was on his bed, nicely, relaxed, very big smile. And I sat next to him, like, on his bed. And I remember this image of Rinpoche. He did like this, and it was so warm. There's such a warm feeling coming from him. And so because my father and my uncle Lamasona were kind of busy, and then when they saw me, no, you can sit down, sit on the floor. Well, they didn't tell me where to sit. Just sit down. And Tangramchi was there are few people, but he was the most bright smile, so warm. I thought, I felt so inviting. So I sat next to him. I remember he wasn't wearing Zen this or Tenga the monastery, and I just feel so good. It's so warm. Anyway, so that's how I kind of met Rinpoche, and all the teachings and empowerments, vows received from Rinpoche, and up to the date, he always check with me through WeChat. He add my WeChat, and sometimes phone call. It just he never looked down on me, even though my life changed everything, and that's authenticity or compassion. And so then my uncle Lama Sonam, who is in basically lifelong retreat, he was a little bit sick, stomach. He happened to be in the same hospital, and then I was there. I moved close to hospital, and where I can, and the guest house was really, really poor condition, and the mosquitoes were everywhere, and the bathroom was there, all kinds of. But I didn't really care too much, as long as I did care about my health. Everything what I ate was cooked. Everything what I drink was boiled. So was a way to take care of that. And so my uncle Lama Sonam is 92 years old. He's turning 93. And when you go into his room and you say something, he could hear everything so clearly. It's amazing how his hearing ability, and then his eyes so can see, and his legs no problem. He was sometimes a little deaf, but this is what I'm getting to, right? So beside meditation, this is what I'm getting to. So he often, every time I talk to him on the phone or see him in person, he would say this phrase, almost like a weeping kind of sound, like or crying. So I said, I just can't believe that I feel like I'm the happiest person on the planet. This is the word that he always used. It's because I think that's what practitioner really about, because he he has been at Namo Buddha 35 years. I had a lot of talk with him. He was so happy, and I was able to be with him and help with everything, in the hospital. And he kind of told me that, this makes my heart so, never forgetting. He keeps saying that this must be our aspiration, that you always happen to be helping me, because I always help with his medical condition, and also his attendant had a Bhutanese visa, and then has to get to Nepalese passport. Otherwise, he is not allowed to stay. And attendant is so important for the master, because sometimes they have this aspiration or some connection, and if he has different attendants, it seems like the food is not working. But this particular internet is very, very special. And so I was able to help with that. And then the hospital. And so I was with him pretty much, 6 days, like every day, together. And so even though he's my uncle, I feel like he's, I shouldn't say that, even though he's my uncle. I don't know what's that mean. But he's just so beautiful. Right? It's just, this is what practice does. I feel like he's just so wonderful. It's just so simple. His mind is so simple, and his, then at the end when I left, I received, full blessing, and it's just so heartwarming. And so he told me this, right? He told me, when I die, please, you don't have to do any pujas. What? I would do opposite. I would say, if I die, please do puja, more pujas for me. It's like, I'm not really trying to be arrogant or something. I'd be fine. Don't worry about, coming here to do pujas. You will have a long life, but, but that's how confident the practitioner is, I think Lama Sono's case, even though he's 92 or something years old, he always sit in a meditation box. Actually, meditation box he can also lay down a little bit, but he always use the prayer, well, Aman Pimiho, and sometimes, of course, sometimes he paused a little bit, and he actually had a scar on his nose, because he keep hitting on his nose. He has a big nose. Yeah, Lama Sona, I just can't enough of him either. It's a Kembarambuche. Oh, I see some questions here. I will definitely answer. Says, which vaccines are necessary for flying to Nepal? I think all of them. I had a Johnson, and then I had I can't pronounce this. I think it's not a Pfizer. What's the other one?
Are you talking the COVID vaccines, or like diphtheria and the ones you get?
Oh, COVID vaccine, yeah.
Oh,
COVID.
I'm ready to get the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, you have to have the fully vaccinated. You have to show that card.
Wow, because I'm allergic to it, so I can't.
Yeah. You plan to go to Nepal?
No, but I had
Okay.
to go back in August.
Oh, okay.
Amkai Grime Rinpoche was doing a Lord Dorje Drolo retreat. And
Oh, okay.
it became too complicated, and it was too short notice to get the visa, and so I didn't go.
Oh, okay. That's good. So back to Lama Sonam. And so that's how I kind of, had wonderful time. And so my trip was felt so satisfied, simply because, you want to do something physically, verbally, and mentally once you get there. And so I was able to visit the Namo Buddha Stupa. There are 3 famous stupas. The Buddha Stupa, Sayambao is another stupa. The 3 famous stupa in Nepal, the Sayambao, the Buddha, and Namo Buddha. So I wanted to make sure visit all of those stupas and make offerings. And then Tara Abi, Tangananari, I went there and to make offering. And Namo Buddha, there are many monks, were very nice, saying that, oh, we can help you. I said, no, I don't want, I want to do it by my hands, to feel, make offering for each Lama, each monks, and while you're reciting which is long life. And so then, after 10 days, I came back, and I felt, so much blessing, and what a very peaceful for a few days, and then I discovered, man, it's the jet lag. But anyway, my main point is that really it's a definitely a sense of purification, because that's what. So what I realized, understood that even like great master like Thongrum Rinpoche, he's sick, seriously sick, or like in such hospital, brought such benefits. So many sentient beings, like the monks of the Thangam monastery, they're doing like day and night White Tara Puja, and they said they never done in their life, This is what, because Thangam Rinpoche has brought this special, and all over the world, especially His Eminence Siddha Rinpoche hasn't been to Nepal for 30-something years, and Rinpoche brought him to Nepal. And Jatsa Rinpoche, His Eminence Jatsa Rinpoche also brought to Nepal, and all these great masters. Jatsa Rinpoche is more like a private visit. He didn't really announce or go, but Siddha Rinpoche went to so many monasteries, benefited so many sentient beings, and so even this great masters, like I saw His Holiness Kamapa's 2 days ago, a video message talk about, maybe all of you, saw this before, that a few months ago His Holiness had he said a dream or vision mixture, that he was making a long life offering to Thangrum Rinpoche, and then he was chanting a long life prayer. And when he woke up, he could remember those lines. He said immediately he just wrote down in his phone, and he recommended that we should chant that particular long life prayer. Mostly I recommend it to all the Tangu monasteries, nuns, and Tangu students. But of course, all of us so connected with Rinpoche could be chanting that. And I could find this English version as well. I can share now. I don't have here, but I can share with Max, and you can share with Santa Monica or other place students. And so he said that that particular long life prayer he felt very beneficial for Thangrum Rinpoche. And so that's it. Actually, that's I just need to talk somebody about my visit. I did talk some. I feel very happy, and of course, if I have time, I would stay longer. But I can't. I have a lot of duties myself, and so here's the 3 things I always like 3 things, right? Sometimes I say 3 things, then only get to 2, but what can I do? So 3 things we're getting from this talk. The one is that never ever forget who your guru is, no matter what circumstance we are in. Could be the happy life, or like everything's going well, or sometimes can be trouble can happen. Whatever happens, the guru is the utmost important. That is the if we forget the guru teaches us. It doesn't matter, whether it could be your any guru, lamas, or like gurus you learn it from, and you never forget their kindness, especially those gurus who gave the vows, the Vajrayana initiations, Bodhisattva vows, and Upasaka vows, whatever vows you receive, refugee gurus. And how much we learned, how many books we read, how many practice we do, never ever, if you ever feel that, oh, I feel I'm special, and become comparison with the other people, and feels like, sometimes like, taking over ego, that means that is the obstacle. That is not realization, or that's not something sign. So that's a sign of decreasing, and sign of going total wrong direction. And of course, we all have ego. We all have pride. That's normal. But because we are practicing Dharma, and sometimes, myself, I could feel this, egoistic mind, or self-centered mind. Not sometimes, pretty much all the time. But when you think about this great master like Trungpa Rinpoche or Khenpo Rinpoche, how much they realized, how much they, how highly educated, let's say, learned, such scholar, and then down to the earth, such humbleness, and most very compassionate, very patient, and those are the living example, like something to follow for us. That's the number one. Then number two is that I really think the meritorious actions are so important in our life. Meritorious actions, which means that whether you could go to such, pilgrimage, it doesn't matter wherever we are, whether we could be any place, that just trying to get the opportunity to, whatever, even like at home, every day, feeling the shine balls, and you wash your hands, burning incense, or like or offering food, or whatever you could do, opportunity. That's extremely important. Meritorious actions is always there, as long as our mindfulness is there. And today I came here, and I used to have many, friends helping me with prayer flags, but today someone, it's just me. Not many people this time for the puja, because there are a lot of initiations going on out there, and I think some people. Anyway, I was doing this, and prayer flags, and it was just so wonderful. Of course, it was very hard, and all the bug, all kind of stuff. That you need to think of Khenpo Rinpoche, how I and we, himself worked together previously. Rinpoche always like to, join or look around, or even like later part of his life, even he can't do much, he always like to come and just comment on prayer flags. I was just so thrilled and so happy. So what I'm saying is that meritorious action is very important. I think that's something we are still lacking in our practice, especially in the West. That should we really, how many flowers we offer, or how many prostration, how many circumambulation we do, etc. Those, there's no limit. Whatever meritorious actions you can do, body, speech, mind. 10 virtuous actions, and 7 branch prayers. Whatever. Whatever. It's just so beautiful, and purifying such negative karma. So if we have such outstanding devotion to our guru, and able to subdue our ego, and be very humble. Secondly, constantly thinking about meritorious actions, purifying negative karma. And then the third one, naturally feels the purification, naturally feel the blessing of guru, naturally feel the blessing of the lineage, naturally feels the stability of our mind. So these are unmistaken conditions, because there's the right condition, then the right fruition or result happens. And so I think these three, these three, I feel like, are very, very important. And what else? And so I think the next few minutes, next few minutes, I actually left my phone in my car. Or if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer next few minutes, and then I can stop. Tomorrow we will do the Sojung vow early morning, take the 1-day vow, and then Amitabha Puja, 2 sessions from 9 to 12, 12, and then 2 to, I think, 4:30, then Mahakala Puja, and then next day again. Then the last day, we will do a little earlier and longer puja, because we have the ritual for deceased ones, and there are some ashes of the family members would be placed in a common burial where Rinpoche was cremated, and his ashes, also his relics, is there as well. So those are the puja.
Lamala, I had a quick question. How is Drango Rinpoche now?
He's according to his doctor and others, like his health is quite strong, good, and it's just some white or like red blood, something. The level has to come up to 80. It's in the 50s. So then after, it will be according to them, it's like slow recovery, but he's recovering, so which is actually very good news. And they all recommended. Well, except Jacharum, but she also said he did a divination or more, and it's like a slow recovery, but there's no danger or something like that. But he just recommended everybody to continue pray and whatever we could dedicate.
By the way, I just wanted to again say thank you, because I always feel like, because you went, I sort of feel like you went for all of us in a way, things we couldn't do. So I really feel like I was there with you. You also posted like all those pictures and everything. So
I have a lot to post. I will be posting, slowly. This is me, like, I'm lazy and I can't post like the right time to the idea, but I, like after 20 days, still posting.
Where may we see the pictures? Because I'm confused if this is Lama Traga Rinpoche, who used to come to LA and was at the Garchin Center.
no, Drango Rinpoche. It's Drango Rinpoche.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lama
You
Karma,
could see the pictures on the Facebook.
Yeah.
You have a Facebook page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't use Facebook, but I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lama Karma, sorry, one more quick question. You mentioned Akon Rinpoche. Is that Akon Rinpoche who was at Chöling later?
Yes.
And,
Even though Rinpoche passed away, he still have those hotels and helping all those children, and it's so beautiful. Yeah, that's Akon Rinpoche from Chöling Monastery.
I think Charles wrote a question in the chat.
Oh, Charles, a chat question. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Can someone post a photo? Did you say you went to Sayamba Stupa? Monkeys everywhere overlooking the Kathmandu Valley. Is this one of the 3 main stupas to visit? What can you say about the stupa, please? Yes, that's Sayamba Stupa, and a lot of monkeys. I heard that the great master Khenchen Khenpo Rinpoche, he often goes up there and give a lot of food for the monkeys, and talking to the monkeys. And this, of course, has a long history, but it is a self-arising stupa. Sayamba stupa is not built, and and the Bodhanath is built, and the Namo Buddha, they later built a stupa where Buddha previously gave his flesh, everything to the five tigers. But Sayamba is a self-rising stupa. Every good wish for your pujas and Nyune, every good wish for your pujas and Nyune over the next few days, celebrating Shachamuni Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and Parinavan Sanadam. May all be well. Thank you. Yeah, it would be Nyune. Nyune is like there will be Nyune at KTD. It's like Khenpo Tenchon is leading. It used to lead by Ane Karuna. And we will be doing Sojung Vow. It's like 1 day fasting. And also Nyune is 2 days fasting. Like 1 day you can't talk, and the other day you can't eat. And then 1 day you can't talk, you can't eat, can't drink, and that is still can't get angry. What time is it, Max?
It's sorry, it's almost 7:30, so you're good. I mean, we're perfect in time, so we can wind it down.
Thank you. Wind down.
Wind it down slowly.
Well, wind down slowly. So, and this is interesting. I even forgot to do prayer at the beginning, but let's definitely, I would like to thank once again to everybody for joining this session, and also so looking forward to Country Santa Monica KTC, and let's dedicate today's session for the benefit of all sentient beings, especially may Thangpa Rinpoche have a long life. If that's all we don't have to pray for Dhamma activities, because we know that it's Dhamma activity will be very special. So may he have a long life and good health, quick recover, and may he live more than 100 years, and after he recover from this sickness, become even more vital and healthier, and so we all will see his bright smile and such blessing, and also, of course, those of us who follow his footsteps, able to practice and follow his example, and may able to receive the blessing of Guru, through the blessing of Guru, able to tame our mind, and through taming our mind, able to benefit other sentient beings as well. And let's chant the dedication. Okay, I may have to wind. Now I have to wind down again. Now this chant the puja, I guess. Okay, we can chant the last one then. May precious bodhicitta arise within those where it has not arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline. May it ever grow and flourish.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lama Karma. So do you
Thank you,
Lama.
today?